Hi everyone, my name is Lakshmi Ravali Elementary. We are the students of CQ University from the Melbourne campus. Now we are going to discuss a short presentation on the massive fraud case of Theranos company. This Theranos company has begun as a startup with almost mythical proportions and goals in the 2003. Elizabeth Holmes is the founder of the Theranos company, and this company is located in the California, USA. Theranos company was a privately held health technology corporation. It was initially touted as a breakthrough technology company, and this organization was started up in the year 2003. And at its initial phase, the organization generated at it more than like $700 million of profit by playing with the key customers and the emotions of their customers and staff. This is the organizational overview of the Theranos company. Like this, the Theranos company is the blood testing organization, which is founded by Elizabeth Holmes, and the Ramesh Balwani is the former president of the Theranos company. As like I said, it has been involved with the fraud case, which has treated a pair of doctors and investors as well, and the fraud with the customers by lying about the using technology them to test blood samples. Coming to the description of this incident, this company has shifted up its business areas towards the development in simple as well as effective approach of the blood diagnosis. And it was claimed by the organization that its technologies can offer more than 200 tests from the prick of the finger. It directly delivers the results to the patient's mobile phones within an hour. And it has been analyzed that a single blood test costs around less than half of the medical and Medicare reimbursements rates. The key executives of this organization diagnoses the blood samples easily without the use of blood wells in expensive medical labs. This costs like it is misguiding the customers that they are using innovative approach based upon the technology, and this organization is using the outdated technology to test their blood tests of the patients. On to the next slide, the data compromised with this instance of it's based on the three parts, like it has the trust of investors and the customers and as well as the doctors, and it lost the belief of the medical experts and as well as their customers. In May 2014, the University of Toronto professor the Diamond analyzed this organization claims of mostly exaggerated and in October 2015, John of Wall Street Journals, he reported that it was using traditional blood testing machines instead of company edition machines to run their tests. And in 2016, the CMS suspended their blood tests, and later some labs were also closed. And in 2018, September 4th, this Theranos announced it would be seized all their labs and release its assets to the creditors after they find a buyer, but it came to the nothing. And this case is mainly about the CEO, and the objective of this case is it's mainly about the CEO of Theranos company, who is the Elizabeth Holmes, was charged with the fraud case of misleading its customers about the technology using by its company for completing the blood tests procedure of the patients suffering who are from the different diseases like diabetes, HIV, and other diseases. This company has been profited 700 million within the first year of their startup by misguiding its patients. and this organization is using the outdated methods to test the blood samples of the different patients, which is not ethical and legal as per the government policies made in the favor of the public sector and as well as the healthcare sector. The case scenario, the main motive of this case scenario is of this incident was to generate financial benefits for the company above the moral values of their customers and their organizations, and to improve the market reputation of their business, that is to spread more awareness in effective way to the people with ethical values. The organization main objective is during the fraud case is to focus on their financial gains instead of the customer values. They always thought to explore their business more and achieve more competitive advantage in the study. And they are these two are the suspects of this fraud case: the CEO Elizabeth Holmes and the former President Ramesh Balwani. It is not only affected, this case scenario is not only affected the patients of the organizations, but also the investors and a pair of doctors as well. When the case was charged and filed in the court, Elizabeth was charged with the lack of like 500 lakhs of uh, amount, and she's asked to return all the shares of the organizations. And these are the evidences that we have been collected from the official websites of the news articles. It 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 has very uh, prompted case in the US in the today's today's articles, but this case is currently postponed due to the COVID-19. As this case is running from the past 2 years, it almost came to an end to declare a decision about this, but it suddenly postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is the punishment that which is allocated to the Elizabeth Holmes, like the penalty of 500 lakhs of amount and to return all the company shares. And even she is asked to not work anywhere in any public sectors or in any organizations as the CEO of any other companies. And from this one, my partner Anush will continue to explain you about the details.
This is Anush Reddy Erwa with student ID 120900362. So I'm going to explain further. So what is digital forensic tools? So what is digital forensics? So what digital forensics has been defined as the use of scientifically derived and proven methods towards the forensic models from the digital sources. So for the purpose of facilitating or furthering the reconstruction of events that are found to be criminal, or helping to anticipate the unauthorized actions that are shown to be disruptive to the planned operations. Digital forensics techniques are used more in the case of criminal investigations. So the investigations that are done may vary widely depending on evidence collected. So they generally use computer generated data as their source. So as this digital forensics used in the crime scenes for the national investigation organizations like prosecution, police, and the Institute of Digital Forensic Technique is increasing even from civil field like general enterprises and banking company. So the process would be like, so at the scene, planning, identification, collection, and preservation. Well, at the lab, it will be like examine, analysis, and the report of forensic model. It is an expert. It is expert witness. This is a chip of technique that describes the participate of removing a memory chip or any kind of chip from the circuit board and reading it. So these chips are often tested and programmed with JTAG method. So which is like JTAG. J stands for joint, T stands for test, A stands for action, and G stands for group. JTAG. With the use of this forensic tool investigation, team can easily identify suspicious activities and file over the network. The working of this tool is based on the various algorithms such as hash matching and drive signature, etc. ProDiscover. It is a computer security tool that enables computer professionals to locate the data on an empty disk, and at the same time protect evidence and create quality reports for use in legal proceedings. This is one of the best tool used in forensic in today's computers. This examines the data collection, management analysis, and reporting tasks. This tool makes it easy to capture as well as retrieve case evidence related information. Access Data Ultimate Toolkit. This tool helps the investigation team to make easy searches towards the evidence located on computer devices, mobile communication, and network, etc. This database-driven tool that has unmatched data processing speed. In case by using this tool, the evidence-related data could easily be investigated at the level of a memory disk. The downtime issue can easily overcome with the use of this tool, and the impact of an uh, occurred incident could also be minimized eventually. So moving on to the next slide. So the data acquisition. So this is a process of sampling signals that measures real world physical conditions and converting the result samples into a digital numeric values that can be manipulated by a computer. So the components of this of data acquisition system includes sensors to convert physical parameters to electrical signals, like forensic image from computer media such as hard drive, thumb drive, a CD-ROM, removable hard drives, thumb drives, servers, and other media that stores electric data, including gaming consoles and other devices. So data validation and verification. So validation, this is the confirmation by examination and the provision of objective evidence that the particular requirements for a specific intended user fulfill. Verification, this is the confirmation of validation with the laboratory's tools, techniques, and procedures. Data extraction. Extraction refers to the recovery of data from whatever the media the data is stored on. Only the trained person should conduct this kind of examination of digital evidence to make furtherly analyze it. Data reconstruction. This determines the events that happen during investigation, the timeline of events, and art craft, which enables digital investigators to understand the timeline of digital crime and interrupt the conclusion in the form of digital evidence. This is the most challenging task in digital forensics. So data reporting. As nowadays technology rapidly advances, it is becoming more and more difficult to find the hidden truths contained in the digital footprints. With respects to the neutral findings, the report will contain the following qualifications, like limitations of particular tool used, applicability of the current technology, methodology or techniques such as search criteria or formula, and the scope of the investigation. So no report will ever be perfect, but a good report will identify the area that might be potential concern, highlighting the issues and their implications of council and the court. So moving on to the next slide. So as I said about data acquisition, so here is the table. So which the functions physical copy only evaluates with the tools with all the tools like NCase, OS Forensic, Pro Discover Basic, Access Data, FTK. So here in the table, the functions like logical copy evaluate with the only three tools, but doesn't evaluate with NCase. So data acquisition, it evaluates with all the tools provided. Remote acquisition only evaluates with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with Pro Discover Basic. So the command line process only evaluates with NCase. GUI process will evaluate all the tools. Next slide. The function hashing evaluates with all the tools. Analysis of headers evaluates only with three tools. Verification will evaluates with all the tools. Filtering will only evaluate with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with Pro Discover Basic. In the data extraction, the function data viewing will evaluate with all the tools. Bookmarking will evaluate with all the tools. Carving only with evaluates with only three tools, but doesn't evaluate Pro Discover Basic. Uh, decrypting evaluates with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with the Pro Discover Basic. Keyword searching will evaluate with all the tools. So decompressing will only evaluate with the two tools, but doesn't evaluate with OS Forensic and Pro Discover Basic. In the data reconstruction, disk to disk copy will evaluate with all the tools. Image to disk the copy will evaluate with all the tools. So all the functions will in this the data reconstruction, all the functions will evaluate with all the tools. Next slide. Data reporting, log reports will evaluate with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with the Pro Discover Basic. Book marking tagging will evaluate with all the tools. Report generator will only doesn't evaluate with NCase. And automation and further other features, eDiscover evaluates with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with the Pro Discover Basic. Mount Virtual Machine will evaluate with three tools, but doesn't evaluate with Pro Discover Basic. Scripting language only evaluates with the NCase, but doesn't evaluate with other tools. Next slide. So NCase. So it is a powerful investigation platform that collects digital data, perform analysis, reports on findings that preserve them in a code validated for forensically sound format. This would be used in investigating Theranos fraud case, which is processed by CEO and former president. As this tool has data analysis feature that is useful for the team that is working on the examination of a critical case. This tool will also help in classifying the data sent over the network by the all print and identify the culprit with various real-time evidence. Moving on. So this case is a Walgreen Theranos US District Court with number which is provided here. So these are the reference list which we have used for the for this assignment.
And coming to the conclusion, currently this Theranos company has been shut down and the investors have been emailed like it's going to be seized and they will release its assets and remaining cash to the creditors after all efforts to find a buyer, and this came to the nothing as I told before. And their employees were laid off already in August 2018. And Theranos has failed because the fact their products didn't work as intended, and having information plastered across websites and newspapers around the world jumps out as a primary factor but fails to capture the real story. And the investors lost around $600 million because of investing on the Theranos. And surprisingly, it would be surprising to hear that Theranos was technically still around, even though it was a fraud blood testing company that put people to real danger. Theranos company, like it will formally dissolve their employees, and the company will also get dissolved formally. And the founder of the company is facing 20 years of prison. The difficult news should be expected soon. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you
That's
so
all
much
from
for
us.
the research.
That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.